Welcome everyone to another episode of the Lookout live stream session. Today is June the 5th, 2021. Let me take the opportunity out first of all to say thank you for taking the time to watch our live stream. This is an opportunity for us to go through some of the particular price charts that we really don't cover here on this particular channel. It can be cryptocurrencies, stocks, gold, commodities, whatever the case may be. If it's available on TradingView, this is our opportunity for us to go over those charts, but this is only for our artisan members, all right? The ones who particularly choose to join our particular perk, the artisan perk, in order for us to go over and collaborate and see where these markets are headed. And that's why I'm showing you all, first of all, this screen here. Okay, these are the two perks that we are offering. If you're interested, we have the apprentice perk as well as the artisan perk. Now the first perk, the apprentice perk, gives you the ability to have access to our loyalty badges. So for every comment that you leave here on our own particular channel, you have access to these loyalty badges as well as these custom emojis. Now, one thing that you don't really see here in this particular space is people giving you the access or the ability to call the markets with them, right? And we want to collaborate. We want to build this community to where every one of us has the ability to call the markets. So we created these custom emojis so that you all can, in your comments on every video we do, take the opportunity, look at the chart and tell everyone where you think the market is going to go. Do you think the market is strong, weak? Do you think we need to buy it, cop it, or should we drop that particular cryptocurrency stock from the market? Now, if you want to join us during our Lookout live stream session, which we're doing right now, this is what you need to join. You need to get this artisan perk right here. It's only $4.99 a month, and we have the opportunity to go over any of the stocks, cryptocurrencies that you may feel is important that we all need to speak on so that we can get in position and win and dominate the market. Okay, so usually what I do, I send out a community post only to our artisan members, right? I send one out beginning of every week to gauge, what do you all want to see? What do you all want to go over for our Lookout live stream sessions? And this is where you'll go ahead and place your chart that you want us to look at. Okay, so real quick, before I go over the two cryptocurrencies that we're going to speak on today, I asked a question in the chat. What was your most profitable trade this week? And we had Jason77 that AMC was his best profitable trade this week. I want to say congratulations to you, Jason, as well as Jeff T4 was his top weekly gainer. Hey guys, everyone, I appreciate you all for jotting down your wins into the market. That's also something that we want to do, is to make sure that we congratulate everyone who is dominating the space and who's able to win, right? We need to create a space to where you're able to show everyone how good you're doing into the market as well as how bad, right? We're not expecting you to get home runs every single trade or in every position you're in, because you will lose some. And we're going to show you one today on this video to where we didn't call it right. We didn't call one right, and we will do that from time to time. But understanding language analysis gives you more power, a bigger competitive advantage as to dominating the market. And we've been showing you all that on this channel since 2017, being fully transparent with each and every one of you all. You guys can go back and check out all of our videos that we've created, and you'll see the price predictions and the outcome from those predictions. What's going on? This is Chris. Okay, Nicola was a good one for you. Excellent job, no doubt. Wayman Lewis also writes, let's get this June money. No doubt, Wayman. That's something that we do here on this channel, is to make sure that we stay ahead of the game, that we are in position to capitalize in the market. All right. Also want to say welcome to Ministry. That's the last person who joined our community. Definitely want to thank you for seeing the value of our content and all of our predictions that we are garnering here on this channel. So I just want to say welcome aboard. If anyone else who's not a participant of our particular channel, you want to join us, we're here. If not, you can still see us make these predictions on this channel. So now, real quick, we have 34 people right now watching this live stream and only 8 likes. If you all appreciate the videos of actually seeing someone dropping price predictions on a chart without being confused, if you all just appreciate how we're not trying to confuse you and we give you more information that is beneficial to you, make sure you tap that like button as well. Okay, because you're going to start hearing individuals on YouTube, on mainstream media, they're going to start asking the question, has the crypto bull run returned? Because we've seen slight increases in price for these cryptocurrencies. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm not really seeing a monumental bull run occurring in the cryptocurrency space, right? Yeah, we've seen these cryptocurrencies give us a movement higher in price, but it is not like what we've been through since the start of 2021. We're not seeing that yet. So I wanted to talk to you all about that. And then I'm gonna look at these two charts real quick. One of our artisan members wanted us to take a look at Tron and ask the question, do you think Tron is going to decouple from Bitcoin? That's one of the biggest narratives that's being pushed in the cryptocurrency space, is how every other altcoin that is in this market is generally following the price movement of Bitcoin. Now, I'm one of the advocates that is against that. I treat every market as being individualistic. It has its own dynamics, its own structure, its own form of how it trades. So all altcoins into the market does not move the same as Bitcoin. Now, what occurred the last couple of weeks to where we've seen every altcoin drop in price, it wasn't because of Bitcoin. It was simply because the trap felt that the market was becoming overheated and we needed to allow the market to come through and take a break. And you guys can see, I just placed the trap on the chart right now. He's the one that dictates every market. He's the coordinator as to where price is going to go. And if you're understanding that someone is actually at the helm of directing price movement, you can actually see where price is going to go so that you can win more often than lose, right? So when we saw the overall cryptocurrency space see double-digit losses over the last couple of weeks, that meant that the trap felt that the market was overextended. It was too hot, and he had to let the steam out. So what we're going to do over the next couple of weeks from our perspective is that we're going to continue to see this market trade sideways, and the prospect of weakness is still on the table, right? So you might start seeing videos, hearing people speak that the market is done. We're not going to see the market go lower anymore. From what I've been seeing on these price charts, that is still on the table, okay? So you can see right here that we're looking at Tron right now. This is one of the cryptocurrencies our members wanted us to take a look at. And we did a price prediction on May the 29th, right? Playing the weakness into the market in Tron. You can see here that we initially had our restriction area around 8 cents. It wasn't correct, right? We need to extend it up a little bit higher from what occurred on June the 3rd and June the 4th. Now, that doesn't mean that we got it wrong. It just simply means that our expectation as to where the market restriction is, it wasn't where we originally had it at 7 cents. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend it up here to where the market in Tron topped out on May the 20th as well as on May the 21st. Okay. So we're going to hold it around 9 cents. That is where the market restriction area is being seen in Tron now. Okay. So when we look at this market on different time frames in Tron, look at what has occurred into the market so far. Now we have 6 hours and 50 minutes left on this current 2-day price bar. Okay. Y'all see that. Now, the last two-day price bars, we've seen the market in Tron give us a slight increase in price. Fantastic. But on this current 2-day price bar, we're literally erasing all of the effort it took for Tron to go higher. It is now gone. So that literally places us at zero again in terms of, can the market in Tron go higher in price, right? Same thing on the 3-day time frame. You can see this on the 3-day time frame. The market in Tron had the ability to go higher in price, but right now we're seeing this market go lower. We're closing lower than the previous 3-day price bar. So what I'm showing you here, at least on a 2-day to a 3-day time frame, that this market is not overly bullish. All right, we're not necessarily seeing that massive demand coming through in Tron. And one of the major things that I'm nervous about in terms of seeing this price go higher is, take a look at these 3-day price bars right here. Okay, ask yourself this question: what is keeping Tron from breaking higher above that line I just drawn? Right? What's going on, Sky KC? Welcome. Appreciate that. Thank you for being an apprentice member. Really appreciate that. So now, every video we do, Sky KC, make sure you use those custom emojis to call the markets right alongside with us. Okay, we want to see and gauge and see how everyone else can learn as much as possible in calling the market. So make sure you use those custom emojis that we've created. So real quick, ask yourself that question. There's something that is keeping Tron from moving higher in price, at least above 8 cents. I mean, even on this current 3-day price bar, we tried to see that price break above 8 cents and we still got rejected. That tells us, okay, remember this tells us that there is a massive area of selling going on at that particular price. That is precisely what it tells us. So until we see this price really give us strength and breakage above 8 cents, we're going to continue to see this market trade sideways and eventually go lower. And then the next area, even if we are to see the market break 8 cents, the biggest area is around 9 cents, which is why I increase our restriction area in Tron. Okay. Now, this is our opportunity to see the market in Tron give us strength, right? And so far, we're maintaining that strength to at least see this market trade sideways, which is fantastic. This is what we need to see. We cannot see this price drop in Tron for those who are willing to see the market go higher. We cannot see that. So what about on a 5-day time frame? Okay. You can see right here, the market in Tron is not overly strong. We're still seeing that weakness appear in Tron. But I want you all to relax. I want you all to not be fearful because we can still see the weakness. So when the market dips, we're not going to be caught off guard. We have a lot of information here over the last 2 5-day price bar, which equates to 10 days of trading, to where the market in Tron still held support at 7 cents. So even though there is a great mixture between strength and weakness right now in Tron, pretty much goes alongside with the rest of the cryptocurrency market. This is the weekly time frame. So look at this on the weekly perspective. The market in Tron has increased in price, right? We're in an upward trend. But take a look at this. The volume has been decreasing though. So this tells us a lot. This is a lot of information right here that we need to digest. So when the market goes higher in price, but you see the volume decrease, that means that there's not enough market participation who actually believes in increasing Tron's price. Because if so, more people would have placed their money behind Tron going higher. But we're not seeing that. The volume is light. And then on top of that, we're still seeing this market close off of the highs of those 2 weekly price bars. All of that indicates that there's more selling going on into the market in Tron, and that the market is not believing in increasing Tron's price. Okay, that's what we're seeing. Now, again, what I'm going to do in terms of our prediction is I'm going to continue to leave it here. Okay, I think the market is still trying to release some of that demand that is available in the cryptocurrency space. What I mean by that, this is what I mean. The market in Tron, the market in the overall cryptocurrency space saw double-digit losses, right? And it literally caught a lot of people off guard. And many people see this opportunity of cryptocurrencies being reduced by 25, 40, 50% as a buying opportunity. This is what's going on right now. Okay. People see these prices as attractive, and the trap knows that. And as we're seeing people buy these cryptocurrencies, they're selling into that. That's why these markets are closing off of the highs. They're selling into the people who think that these cryptocurrencies are attractive right now. If we continue to see this weakness, that what we're getting in Tron on a weekly perspective, that tells you that the market is still going to dip. Okay, so we need to be on the lookout for that. We need to pay attention to that, because from these last 2 weeks in Tron, for instance, that is precisely what is going on. Okay, and taking a look at this on the 2 weeks time frame, right there, this last completed 2 weeks price bar, that's a lot of weakness. And this is just an opportunity for the market to try to suppress going down further, faster. It's just like taking a break, right? And this upcoming month, June, going into July, if we're still seeing this market give us weakness, we're going to come all the way back down here towards 5 cents to a nickel, right? So from our price prediction in Tron, next week, I'm still playing the weakness into the market, right? I'm not going to alter our prediction. I'm still seeing this market in Tron give us some weakness. Now, the one thing that I can tell you that we may have to break even on is right here, okay? If I see this strength come through on this next movement to the downside in Tron, right there around 7 cents, and I see more strength pop in there, then yeah, we'll have to cut it there at a loss and move the market higher. But for the time being, we're still seeing this market in Tron weak, okay? So our prediction, we're not going to alter, we're not going to change it. We're still anticipating this market in Tron to give us a little bit of weakness. Now, when I say a little, that's what I'm saying. I don't want you all to think that when I say the market's going to go lower, that I'm expecting it to completely fall out the sky or drop below the wall, right? But we can still anticipate that market goes higher and then go lower. And right now, based off what we're seeing on the 2-day, the 3-day time frame, and what we saw on the weekly perspective, is that the market is still generally a little bit more weaker than what we're getting in terms of strength. Okay. Now, in trading next week, if the market is able to break above 9 cents, then definitely that demand is definitely winning against the weakness. But right now, we don't see that. Okay. So we're not going to alter our price prediction in Tron. We're going to continue to play the weakness here, and we're looking for it to go lower. So now, let us go ahead and take a look at one more chart for today. It's going to be a very quick live stream because we only have one artisan member who wanted us to take a look at Tron. And I wanted to do one for each and every one of you just to show you that we are going to be transparent, that we're going to be forthwith and show you that even we get our price predictions wrong. Okay. You guys can see it. This is Tron. I mean, not Tron. This is Chainlink right here. Okay. And I wanted to show you again another perspective from a totally different market to substantiate that the crypto bull run has not started yet, and that the prospect of the markets going lower is still on the table. Okay, now first, let's talk about our last price prediction. Okay, it was right here, May the 12th, 2021. Let's use this as a teachable lesson. All right, so you all can learn how to predict and anticipate, okay, maybe I got my price prediction wrong and maybe I need to jump ship. All right. So we did a price prediction into the market in Chainlink right there on the 12th. And right off the bat, we had our support area in Chainlink around $44.25, right? That same day that we did our price prediction, what happened? Let's zoom in. I want you all to see this. What happened? The market in Chainlink closed at the low of the bar. Already, we need to be a little bit more intuitive and say, okay, hold on. The market is not going the way that I expected it to go. And the trap's shown us relatively quickly that, yeah, you may get this price prediction wrong. So, okay, the market went against us initially on our price prediction, right? We broke below our support area of $44.50, give or take. Now take a look at what happened on the 13th. We saw the market come up higher. And then take a look at what happened on the 14th of May. The market came up higher to where our break-even price was, right? From where we started our price prediction, what price was in Chainlink on the 12th, right? So even in this situation, we would have still felt, okay, the market may be showing us what we originally thought back here on May the 12th, right? So 2 days into it, we could have seen, okay, now the trap is trying to show us I'm trying to increase this price in Tron, in Chainlink. But this is it. This told us that, yeah, this market in Chainlink is extremely weak. This is our second confirmation that this market in Chainlink is weak. This is our first one. When we first did our price prediction, right? We got that weakness already appeared. This is the second one. this was the opportunity for us to say, okay, great. We're still seeing this weakness into the market. Let us take out this position because this market is definitely hinting at weakness. Rather than hoping and wishing for the price to go higher, you have to cut those losses relatively quick. And you would have to have cut it right here. So that would have been about 12, almost 13% loss right there. And it's going to happen. You will lose some of your soldiers in the battle. You will lose some of them, but you need to gain more than you do in losses. This is how you're able to read the market. The trap has been dropping hints in Chainlink that it is weak ever since we did our price prediction on the 12th. This is why it's important for you to learn how to read the charts for yourself, because only you can make that determination on when to cut losses. And everyone here on YouTube on this particular space only tells you one direction of bias, and that is everything's a buy. Everything's a buy. But in this situation, Chainlink was not a buy. And when you watch the market without being confused and using umpteen technical indicators, you can already tell that the market in Chainlink was weak. And the weakness actually started here. Okay. The weakness actually started there on the 10th of May. Now, the reason why we played the strength is because the market on the 11th of May came and held support at $44.50, and we were still able to see the market close on the high. Right? Appreciate that, Casey. Yeah, we'll take a look at IQ. Is it on, is that the ticker symbol? Let me know. If it's available on TradingView, we'll go ahead and take a real quick look at it. So again, this is how you're able to read the market. We have to understand when the market goes against you so you can minimize those losses. Because if you could not read that the market in Chainlink was weak here on the 15th, and you're still into the market now, you'll increase your losses to around 43%. Would you rather have 12.83%, or would you rather have 43, right? What's going on, Diego? Appreciate you joining us as well. You guys can see that he is now part of our community, part of our team. Definitely want to say thank you for supporting this particular channel. We're here to make sure that we all win. So thank you, Diego. So let's go ahead and take that away. Again, that wasn't a good prediction on our end, but again, we can learn from it so that we can escape from those massive losses. All right. So let's take a look at this real quick. So in Chainlink, one of the biggest things that we all can see on this chart is that the trend has been broken. Okay. So automatically we need to, whenever we look at price charts, we always need to think of this as the market can only go three ways, right? It could go higher, it could go lower, and it could go sideways. That's it. So whenever we look at price charts, we need to see what is the current movement of every instrument or product we are looking at. And in Chainlink situation, the market was going higher, right? That was the current trend. So again, when the market broke that trend here, let me zoom in so you all can see it. When we broke that trend here on the 19th, then that tells us that we need to take that way of thinking out of our mind. So we are no longer expecting Chainlink to go high in price. We're not, because the market confirmed that on the May 19th. So that leaves us two other options on the table, which is the market in Chainlink will trade sideways or will go lower in price. That's it. Now, we cannot buck the system. Okay, we simply follow the market to make sure that we get in position to win. And he told us, the one you see on the bottom left side of my screen, he told you and I that he's not going to take this price higher in Chainlink. And to even confirm that, he dropped us hints all the time. He lets us know everything beforehand. So on the 19th, Chainlink broke the trend, right? And then take a look. He even told us again here on these 2 days, May the 26th and May the 27th, that the price in Chainlink is still weak. We could not even cross back up above that ascending line. So again, he tells us precisely what is going to go on in the market. So why do we need to be confused? Once we saw that weakness occur in Chainlink here on the 27th of May and the 26th, and we saw that rejection come through, we're still under the same environment. Like Chris says, either we're going to hold sideways trading, or we're going to go lower. But he is right. The market currently is trading sideways. So we're not expecting the market in Chainlink to go higher in price. And what I'm seeing is many of these cryptocurrencies doing exactly the same thing. We're seeing market restriction come through and the inability of these currencies to move higher in price. Okay. So this is the current restriction area in Chainlink, right there around $35 to around 36. That is the current restriction area. Now, where do you all think the market support is? Because we've already seen the market come and tag out and hold support here around 20. Now that's very wide. That's a big area for the market to come down in Chainlink, right? Do you think it's around 20? Do you think it's around 22.50? Since we're closer to around $23.50, I'm going to hold it there. Okay. Now, don't be surprised, because already I can tell how the market may actually come down here again and test this overall trend. Okay. So this just shows you how overextended this market was. This is how strong Chainlink and the cryptocurrency space was overall in general. We came and still came and confirmed this longer term trend right there on May the 23rd. So this confirms that this is the accurate trend into the market in Chainlink. He has already confirmed that. So this was the prime real estate for anyone who was interested in Chainlink to come and purchase up as many as they possibly can of Chainlink. Right there. He confirmed it. He told us. So until we see this market ultimately break this overall trend in Chainlink, we're still going to go higher in price in the extreme long term, right? Now let's bring this up closer to where we're at though. Because like I told you, we saw restriction on that overall trend that we had initially in Chainlink. The market is still finding restriction around $36. So now, just like we did in Tron, let's take a look at these different time frames real quick. And you can see it even here. The market in Chainlink on the 3-day is still giving us a lot of weakness. So even though we're expecting this market in Chainlink to trade in our line, the market is still anticipated to come down here at least, and that will give us opportunity to see if we're going to hold that area again as support. Now, what about on 5-day time frame? So again, the market here is still hinting that Chainlink is still giving us weakness. I mean, think about it. Look at all of these two price bars right here. Okay, just think about it. This one. And look at this 5-day. Okay, let's look at it. We saw the market have the ability to come up here and test $36, got rejected. The next one, we've had the market in Chainlink come up towards $32, $33, and it still found rejection. Now we're still weak then. That tells us everything, that the market in Chainlink is still weak. I do see this area right here as support. So my eyes will be focused in on seeing strength come through around $26. So even though we're going to play the weakness on this current prediction in Chainlink, I'm still eyeing $26 as being support. That will be our first area to take the profit into the market in Chainlink. This is the weekly time frame. And again, you all still see that weakness is there. I do agree, Mr. Too Real. That $9 link was very attractive at that time. So let's run this back real quick. We're going to play the weakness in Chainlink. I told you our first area of TP would have to be 26 because we already created or the trap has already created support back here in the background. So that still gives about 5% profitability before the market will go higher in price. But I'm going to bring it all the way down here to around 24. And we'll take it there too. Now that will still keep us within our trading range. Like Chris says, or as he wrote in the chat, that continue to watch this market trade sideways. Okay. So we're going to follow that. So now let's go ahead and look at the one that Sky KC want us to take a look at, IQ. Yeah, I don't see it on the ticker. What's the ticker symbol, Sky KC? All right, here it is right here. So let's take a look at this currency real quick. You guys can see Everpedia. We really don't cover this currency. But you can see we got some history. It's been trading on OKX since 2020, right? It's been on a very good run, but for the most part, what is the trend that we're in? Everyone who's watching the video right now, what is the current trend that this market in IQ is going through? All right, everyone hit the like button as well. We got 31 likes so far, 46 people watching it live. If this is beneficial and you haven't tapped that like button, that thumbs up button, make sure you hit that real quick. So now, what trend are we in into the market in Everpedia? That's right, Archie. It's going down. That's the current trend that this market in IQ is going through. You think BTC is going to 16,000? Okay. When do you see that happen? In the month of June, July? When? Do you see it happening quick? So this is for Sky KC. Take a look at this though. All right, the market currently is in a downtrend. All right, that's it. Now I want to ask every one of you, since we do these lookout live stream sessions as an opportunity for us to collaborate, right? I'm going to ask you this question, and I want you all to leave me a chat in the chat box. What do you think this means? Okay. Look at that volume bar and look at the price action associated with that. And I want you all to tell me, what does that mean? That's right, Mr. Two Real. The price is descending in IQ. What do you think this means? What happened yesterday in the market in IQ? What happened? Because for us, and I want everyone who listens to me to realize this, price never lies. What you see is exactly what was supposed to happen. Okay, so looking at all of that volume that came in IQ yesterday versus this price bar, what do you think happened? Was there more people selling or was there more people buying? Those are the only two things we could get in any market. You got to have buyers and sellers. So which one dominated yesterday in the market for IQ? What's going on, King David? I hope it goes down to 16,000 too, because I'll grab some there too. XRP, Crazy Horse, you think that IQ will retest the support line and then rise from there? Okay, I'm gonna tell you all what the volume means as well as what happened on the price. So that's right, there you go, King David. there was a lot of selling going on into the market in IQ yesterday. A lot of pressure. That's right, Chris. A whole bunch of selling, massive selling. And what that means is that when you see this much volume, look at this. This is climactic. Like this is out of the norm for this market in IQ. Okay. Somebody in IQ dumped a whole lot of this token in this market. So what we need to be anticipating is, how does the market react to it? So you think it was a lot of buying, Chris? Because let's not forget, the market was already in a downtrend, right? So what will it take to increase the price? Does it take selling or buying to increase the price? If you're trying to stop the price from going lower, what do you think the trap has to do? Does he has to buy, or does he has to sell? Because don't forget, the trap is the one that coordinates the movement. So we've already been in a downtrend in IQ for a while. And he's like, I will have to stop dropping this price in IQ. I have to bring it up higher. And what occurred yesterday? Yep. Volume, Mr. Too Real, quick pump and dump. No doubt, Chris. Yeah, we all need to realize that the market operates on two totally different planes. All right. You have one plane to where the market is, and you have the other plane to where the trap operates. And what you think is a buy or a sell, he does the opposite of that. Okay. So what I'm seeing into the market is, I'm not looking for IQ to go high in price, first of all. So that takes that off the table. Second thing we have is this market holds sideways trading. But again, you see this? This is the hourly time frame. This market did get sold off. Like, the market was able to sell itself off. But what's occurring is that there is enough demand here to keep this price from continuing to drop in price. So I'm not looking for IQ to drop in price neither. So the only option we have on the table is to see this market trade sideways. Right? No problem, KC. So what I'm seeing into the market in IQ is seeing this market hold sideways trading. But long term, what do you think? Now, seeing where IQ is in relation to the overall trend, King David, I mean, it's not bad. It's only at a penny and a half. And I wanted to show you all this too, that the trend is still in play, right? This is the long-term trend in IQ. So from the market in IQ being here to less than a penny is about 53%. So the last 2 weeks was prime area to buy this market in IQ, but we're still on track in the long term to see this market in IQ go higher. Okay. And then when I switch this over to the hourly time frames, you can see how this market is still trending higher. Even amongst all of this volume, this market is not reacting negatively to it. So like I told you, I'm not looking for the market in IQ to go lower. I'm not looking for it to really break out to the upside like we saw the market go to around 3 cents yesterday. But there's still strength here. So I'm kind of stuck in the middle right now in the market in IQ. I like it. I would play the strength though on it. And I'm not telling you that the market's going to shoot up to a dime or 25 cents, nothing like that. But we can see where that restriction area currently lies, and it's right there around 2 cents. That's a big area of restriction. So you can see it here, right? So we can see the market go up to around 2 cents, and that won't be a problem. And I like this area of support right there around 0.015 to 0.016. Okay. So I will be playing the strength in this market in IQ, but only to around 2 cents. And let me zoom in and show you all this. This market is not even reacting to this price, all of this selling from yesterday. We're still seeing people trying to buy IQ right now. So yeah, we're still going to play the strength, follow along the trap. He's telling us that even though we saw all of this volume, all of this selling occur, it had no negative impact on this price, that this market still wants to go higher, and we're going to play that. So our first area of TP would be around 2 cents, but then I'm going to extend it up here just a tad higher to around 0.022. Okay. So we got two areas of TP that we would come through and TP out the market. First one is 2 cents. Next one is around 0.022. Now, again, taking this all the way out, I'm zooming it out. You guys can still tell that the overall trend is still in play for the long term as well. All right. All right, so for Sky KC and Diego, I know both of you all are apprentice members, and for us to really look at your charts, you need to become an artisan member. Okay. Now I did KC a favor since he chatted $10 for us to look at that particular chart. But for you, Diego, since you're a new member, we'll go ahead and do a real quick look at Kyber Network real quick. Okay. But make sure anyone who hears this, you need to be an artisan member to make sure you get an opportunity for us to check out a particular chart that you're interested in. So let's do this real quick in Kyber Network. So you guys can see here, we did a price prediction into the market in Kyber Network. And we played a strength, right? Even in this particular time on May the 5th. Okay. We played the strength, and we wasn't overly bullish. You know, we played a little bit, 12% out the market. Kyber was able to come all the way back up here towards $4.20, which is 34%. 12%. We'll take the profit either way it go. All right. So now, just like in Chainlink situation, you guys can remember we did a video in Chainlink. The market did what? We broke the trend in Kyber Network as well. Okay, you see that? The market in Kyber Network broke the trend here on this day, which more than likely it happened on the same day as Chainlink, May the 19th. All right, you see that? So just like in Chainlink, Kyber Network participated in the movement lower as well. All right, and then again in Chainlink situation, we got the same thing in Kyber. We fail to see this price break back up above that ascending line. So you and I, everyone here on this live, now know that we're not expecting Kyber to go high in price, not right now. So since we've taken that off the table, there's two other options. Either the market's going to trade sideways, or we're going to hit more movement to the downside. Okay. So first thing we need to do is determine where is support. Okay. So I could kind of see this area of support right here in Kyber. Okay, this will be the initial area of us finding support. Now, why is this support? Because we see many price bars either find support or restriction. Okay, the market acts as support or restriction on this price. Okay, so it's around $1.95 is where that support area is in Kyber. This is the biggest area of support though, down here, because we found the market hit support there around $1.50. So depending on how long you're planning on being into the market in Kyber, if you're in this for the long term, your support area would be around $1.50. If you're playing this on the short term, it'd be around $1.95. Now, that is speculative in terms of your time frame, and I can't do that for you. Let's hold it down here for $1.50 though. Okay, so we broke the trend. There's no need for us to really hold a market ascending line there. So let's look at this on a 2-day time frame. So the gist of what we're seeing today, if you guys seen all of our charts today, what do you think would be the main narrative that we're getting from these charts? Do you think we're going to continue to go higher? Do you think we're going to go lower? Based off all of the charts we've seen, where do you think we're headed as a general group of cryptocurrencies? Do you think we're going to go higher or lower from what the charts we've seen already? Go ahead and shoot me a chat and let me know. I get you, Wayman. Yeah, a whole lot of sideways and lower. I agree. All of these charts are speaking the same type of language to us, and it is not showing us any strength. That's right, sideways trading. I don't think any of these charts that we've seen today outside of IQ is really giving us any strength at all. And even in IQ's situation, I'm not being overly bullish on that market neither. But we can still play the strength to the upside on that. So Kyber Network is not the outlier. This market is still showing us weakness here too. Okay. So now, I told you around $2, $1.95 is where the closest area of support is in Kyber. So we got to be aware of that. We have to see this market in Kyber give us more strength around $1.95. So we would have to come through and TP out the market in Kyber right there, $1.95. That's the first area. Now, if we continue to see the massive weakness that we've endured the last couple of weeks in the cryptocurrency space, don't expect $1.95 to even hold. And looking at this on the 3-day time frame, what occurred on the last 3-day price bar was more selling. So let's bring this down just a tad further to $1.80. So let me show you these two areas here. This is the ultimate TP area there, and this is our first one, to where we'll come through and TP out the market. $1.80 ultimately, $1.95 for the first initial area to take the bag. Okay, so this is it. We're looking for the market generally overall to give us more sideways trading, and even within the market trading sideways, we can still play this weakness to the downside. And again, I'm not expecting a dramatic movement lower, but I still see that there's weakness still involved into this space, and we're going to play that for these currencies that we talked about today in the market. Okay, so that is it. Real quick run back. Let's look at Tron. Right here, we're playing weakness here. We're not going to change it, even though we're seeing the market give us a little bit of strength here in this space. The next one that we talked about was Chainlink, and we're still playing in weakness here into the market in Chainlink as well. The next one we did was IQ on OKX. We're playing the strength on this one, but again, we have our 2-cent price to where we're expecting the market to try to tag out at, and after that, you know, And then the last one was Kyber network. Plain and weakness here too. Okay. So now, what do y'all think? We're not expecting the market to give us a big movement like we saw 2 weeks ago, to where the market in Kyber dropped 19.5%, and then we saw the market drop 46%. We're not really expecting that. It kind of makes it seem as if the cryptocurrency space dropped too fast, that the market moved too low. No, Chris, what stocks were you talking about? Did you put it into our community chat? Yeah, let me know, Chris. I see what you wrote, Mr. Too Real. Oh yeah, I didn't get it then, Chris. I'm not seeing that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and look at this. This is the one, you might have sent it on a different one, because this is the one I sent out about 3 days ago. And we only got one for Seki and myself. We didn't get any other ones. Yeah, which one would you want us to look at then, Chris? Because we're already near that 1 hour mark. Which one will you think is more important? Yeah, which one do you want me to do, Chris? No, I'm not seeing it, Chris. Just let me know in the chat which one you want me to do. Okay. So let me go ahead and do this one for you. WPRT. Let's go ahead and run by that real quick. So one of the best things about understanding language analysis is that you don't have to really spend too much time on technical analysis, on any research that many people try to tell you that they're doing. You guys can still see here that you're able to get a quick look and actually understand what the market is talking about, right? So for Chris, I went ahead and did a quick look at RZLT, Resolute. And you can see here that not too much is actually going on in the market here. I went ahead and typed in Westport fuel systems. I could get the gist that this market here in Westport is already weak. And I'm just looking at it visually. So I could do a very quick scan on these charts and actually tell what the market sentiment is. This is, I don't know how to pronounce that one. AGRO is the ticker symbol though. And you can see that this market is in an uptrend, right? This is very powerful information once you understand language analysis. So let's run by Westport Fuel Systems, and this is it. Okay. First things first, what is the trend? What are we going through into the market in Westport? We're going lower in price. And what was the start of that indication occurring, right? Because we've seen multiple times to where this market in Westport, or the trap, was hinting at us that it was weak. So Crypto Market Garden asked the question. Appreciate the super chat, $4.99. Thank you so much for that. did you get in on Exodus shares, feelings about Exodus, exit, Algorand news? I don't have any information about that. You have to delve a little bit deeper into that crypto market garden. So for Westport, you guys can see that the first indication of weakness was right here. Okay, this week. The week of February 8th, 2020 was the first bout of hinting at the market weakness in Westport, right? Now, let's not get it confused. This market has a lot of price history, okay? Now look at this. Always utilize the price information for your benefit, okay? Take a look at this. That speaks volumes already. This is the reason why we're seeing Westport go lower back here in February. Because you can see here that Westport back in 2014, the market held that price, $12.50 as support. And look at it today, 2021, and the market is still acting on that number, $12.50. Even when the market started out in 2008, we still couldn't break above $12.50 even in that time. So that tells us a lot. That's the reason why the market in Westport is going lower right now. And then the sad part is that even if I were to reduce this area of support here, the market still could not break above $10 during this week. You see that? Look at that. We tried to break above $10 in Westport for the week of March the 1st, even the week of March the 8th, and we still got that rejection on March the 15th, the week of. So that gives us more confirmation that Westport is weak, okay? Because you can see back here in 2009, we held that area of support. It was acting as restriction during that time. So let me zoom in so we all can see it. Okay. So you see that we acted as support there. Market acted as restriction here. So $10 also is important for us to look at in terms of where we're going to anticipate where Westport is going to go. Okay. But now take a look. We're already down towards $5.50. So let's move our line down there too. Now, what is going on into the market in Westport here? One thing I would tell you, when you look at the volume, we always need to check on what was the type of price action that occurred on it. Okay. So Chris, question, what do you think this means? We saw the market in Westport close on the low of the bar on high volume. What do you think that means? This is the 2-week time frame right here. We saw the market in Westport have the ability within a 2 weeks trading period go all the way up here towards $7, and now we're closing on the low of the bar. Even more weakness there. 3 weeks time frame. We got 13 days on this one, but the market is still harnessing weakness here. Exactly. You got it. That is exactly what it means. The market is selling. Someone who has shares of Westport is still selling into the market. And there's not enough demand to keep the price supported, right? If there was enough interest and demand in Westport, then this market would hold price. So we still have some weakness to go through. And anticipation of that would be, I would say, between $5 as support initially, no lower. We can definitely see this market in Westport come all the way down to $4. Okay. So the first area that I would try to expect, or at least see some consolidation, or the market try to prop up price, will be around $5. right? So we would have to come through and TP out the market around $5. But I'm going to bring it all the way down here to around 4, which is about 27% market movement to the downside. Okay. But yeah, generally this market in Westport is weak. Now I want to see how we looked on the monthly time frame. And that definitely gives us a lot of weakness here. So let's run this back on the daily. I want to make sure we try to play this on a daily time frame. Now, looking at this on the daily perspective, this market is trying to hold support right now around $5.40. So if that continues to show forth, then this price prediction that we are harnessing is not going to be right. Okay. And we're going to hold our restriction area around 7. But I'm really seeing the weakness here on, you know, the 5-day, the weekly time frame, the 2 weeks time frame. So we'll have to allow this market to play out within that time. Okay. So this is it. Around $5 will be our first area TP, which is around 9.6%, all the way down to 4, which is around 27. Okay. Yeah, I really don't like the fact that the market in Westport is trading below this area right here. We really needed to see Westport trade above $6, because you can see in the background that that was a big restriction area, and now we're trading right back below it. So the weakness will continue in Westport until we see price trade back up above 6. All right. No problem, Chris. So Crypto Martin is chatting about Solana exits, offers 10.67% to stake, and the shares go live on Algorand. Anyone knows what he or she's talking about? Because I'm not familiar with that right now. You know, for us, our main premise is to pay attention to the price and not to get caught up in a lot of the, you know, the articles that's being written, a lot of the FUD and the FOMO, because price tells us everything. But yeah, we didn't get in on the Exodus shares, if that's your question overall. So yeah, we're well over an hour mark. Really didn't want to spend too much time for everyone. I want to make sure that you all have your time. Definitely want to say thank you though for spending that hour with us, because you guys could have been anywhere else using that time. Hopefully that hour has been very beneficial to you. Hopefully you all have seen something, have heard something that encourages you, that also teaches you about how the market really operates. And as you can tell from all of our charts, we didn't give you anything that was too confusing, right? So again, thank you for everyone who's super chatted us. Appreciate the support. Everyone who's already an artisan or apprentice member, welcome to the community and the club. We definitely appreciate you all joining us in this community that we are creating. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you all get your time back. But before I do, as always, I like to leave off with, make sure you maintain that profitability, and you need to trade different. I'll see you all later. Y'all have a good weekend.